We bleed the same color. Exactly. I mean, that's a very libbed up thing to say, but yeah, it's true. We do. Breaking. Footage of Baloch student Farid Baloch being forcibly disappeared earlier today by personnel of Pakistani secretive agencies from Punjab University in Lahore. Farid Baloch is a student of Masters in Punjab University's Education Department. The humiliation of Baloch students by intelligence agencies should cause national embarrassment. Have personally seen dozens of students picked up, tortured, and released after confirming their innocence. Damage to individuals in federation of this draconian policy is irreparable. Okay, so why? Why is this happening? Because there is a separatist insurgency in the province of Balochistan that wants an independent Balochistan. Is Sarah, I believe, who is in the chat, animated Sarah, I believe she can talk more about this, because we've talked about this, about the kind of atrocities that happen to Balochis on a daily basis. And one of the atrocities that happens to Balochi people in Pakistan is that they get shot, they get kidnapped, they get murdered, like this on a daily basis. More than a dozen unidentified men in civil dresses, including Punjab University and security jobs of Punjab University, abducting a Baloch student, Farid Baloch, in front of gate number 4 of Punjab University. Previously, B. Bagar was also abducted under the supervision of CSOPU. The video of Farid Baloch's abduction is chilling. It is not the first time a Baloch student has been abducted with such impunity on camera. Feroz, Fasi, and Sohail, and so many other students are still missing till date, and instead of releasing them, more students are being picked up every day. Save Baloch students. Baloch Students Council. Islamabad condemns the inhumane treatment of Baloch students in Punjab. The way animated Sarah has framed it is that she framed it as an ongoing concerted effort to ethnically cleanse Balochis in Pakistan. We can probably talk more about this later as things develop, but we don't know much about what is happening what is going to happen to Farid Baloch. But just know that what is happening in Pakistan is a hidden ethnic cleansing towards the Balochi people. That is what is happening. It's actually quite similar. We just talked about Sri Lanka. Yeah, Ra also funds the Balochistan insurgency, which, by the way, and this is another thing that I want to bring up. Listen, this is something that I want to bring up, right? The fact that India, like, a lot of people think that militant groups that seek freedom, like, once they figure out who the donors are, for example, they'll immediately be like, they will immediately be like, oh, well, fuck these guys, like, they're this, they're that, right? But that doesn't mean that the impetus for the movement itself, the reason for the independence movement, is illegitimate. People may be getting funds from very unsavory parties. That much is true. Everyone knows. Can you talk about the cash for queries scam that is happening here in India? I haven't heard about it. That doesn't make the entire movement illegitimate. It's a kind of tit for tat thing for Kashmir insurgency of nation states. Exactly. But that doesn't delegitimize the desire for Kashmiri independence. It doesn't delegitimize that whatsoever. I'm sorry. I'm like very tired. I'm very tired from just like watching the news about what's going on in Palestine. So I'm not able to give like the most insightful commentary or the most insightful analysis on this. But yeah, we'll probably cover more of this. We'll probably cover more what's going on in Balochistan at some point. I'm not the most educated on this. We took a break from the abductions because I couldn't cover them right. I just wasn't in the right headspace at the time. We're back to it. We took a little break. We took a little bit of a brain rot break, and we're back to this again. Baloch student picked up by police from Punjab University, Lahore. A Baloch student of the Punjab University was arrested by the police in plainclothesmen from the gate of the new campus on Friday, triggering protests and condemnation from human rights activist students and Baloch nationalists. According to CCTV footage circulating on social media, the footage showed that the student resisted the arrest and tried to run away, but the policemen beat him up and dragged him into a private car. The Punjab University security guards did not intervene when the police in plainclothesmen entered the campus to nab the student. The Baloch Council office bearers approached the Garden Town police station where the student was detained. They told Dawn that the police did not disclose the reason for the arrest nor allowed them to meet the student. It's understandable the abduction abductions are awful and blatant violations of human rights done by our government. They literally just kidnap people. This is exactly what happened in Sri Lanka, by the way. They're doing the same thing in Sri Lanka to Tamils. They did the same thing after the Civil War. They kidnapped Tamils in white vans, executed them, and threw them in mass graves. This is exactly, by the way, what happened. Also in Kashmir as well. This is exactly what is happening in Kashmir. They told Dawn that the police did not disclose the reason for the arrest nor allow them to meet the student. They expressed fear that police might implicate the student in some false or fabricated cases. No one from the law enforcement agencies was willing to tell them about the arrest. Just in broad daylight, holy shit. Yes, in broad daylight, no one can do shit. Sometimes it's the ISI, so they aren't even in uniforms. In Kashmir, they abduct and torture politicians, let alone students. Exactly. I mean, they did the same thing to Baloch politicians too. I'm pretty sure they did the exact same thing to prominent Balochi families. I think they massacred Bukti. They did a lot of fucked up shit to the Bukti family, didn't they? Baloch politicians, Baloch activists, yeah, exactly. The arrest of the student sparked outrage on social media. The Progressive Students Council posted its comments on social media stating that PSC strongly condemns the abduction of Farid Baloch from Punjab University. Such acts disrupt the pursuit of education and are unacceptable. Human Rights Commission of Pakistan said that it was deeply concerned. Yeah, Bukti was killed by the army who had a standoff in his compound, exactly. Human Rights Commission of Pakistan said that it was deeply concerned by reports of Pashtun and Baloch students being harassed and intimidated by law enforcement personnel at universities in Lahore since the last several days, with at least 2 students having been forcibly disappeared. Students from Balochistan and KP, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, especially are vulnerable in Punjab. This practice of subjecting students to ethnic profiling must end. All students must equally be allowed to pursue their education without the fear of harassment and enforced disappearances. Meanwhile, Model Town Division Superintendent of Police Operations Amar Shirazi and SP Investigation Shehzad Rafiq Awan were not available for comment. India, Pakistan, divided by the British, united by their war crimes. I've said this before. North India and Pakistan have a shit ton in common, more so than they do with South India. Like, North India has more in common with Pakistan than they do with Northeast India or South India. At the end of the day, we're still the same fucking people. No, we're still the same fucking people. We're people at the end of the day. We bleed the same color. Exactly. I mean, that's a very libbed up thing to say, but yeah, it's true. We do bleed the same color. We're the same.